I was cleaning like I always am because my place is a disaster when it comes to my hobbies. And I came across some unopened packages. Now, one of them I knew what it is because I just got it today in the mail. And I already know what this package is right here. But these three, I don't know what they are. So let's go ahead and open them up together and see what they are. I have some ideas of what they are, but it's just kind of funny how you start, getting these things and kind of forgetting what the heck it is you bought. Hold on a sec. Hold up, I'll be right back. I think I might have forgot since it's the public. Yeah, I forgot to make it public. There's no one joining me. I just checked the stream and it is public. Hey, I can see people are online now. Cool. Sorry about that. I thought I might have forgot to set it public. Hey, Charles. Thanks for joining me. And hold on a second while I pull up the chat so I can see what everybody's saying. It's so weird. I can't find it. Ah, there it is. All right. So anyway, it's funny because an example was like I was doing a custom Rio Blast one time, and before I knew it, I bought so many Rio Blasts. I kept saying to myself, "Oh yeah, I got to get a Rio Blast so I can customize them." And I kept buying them in the package and loose and everything else, and I have so many extra Rio Blasts now. It's kind of ridiculous. And then I bought a bunch of Hordak spin blades because I was planning, not spin blade, but this thing right here, because I was planning on mixing Rio Blast and him together. And the guy that shoots the giant razor out of his chest. He'll tell me the name in a minute. Hopefully somebody will. Hey, Charles. Hey, Master Far. Hey, Waldo. And then I kept buying a whole bunch of Hero 2s. So I wanted the heads for custom and other parts for customs. And before I knew it, I had way too many of those as well. And it's funny because you'll be on eBay or somewhere else or Amazon. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, yeah, I need one of those parts. And then you go and realize you've already bought it 10 times. It's like, oh, man. I had this one friend, he used to sell parts all the time, just legs and boots and arms. And he'd send me a quick IM on Facebook with a picture of all the stuff he has for sale. I'm like, oh, yeah, I could use. And before I knew it, I had so many of the same legs, arms, and body parts. And that's why I have all those cases full of those parts from just doing that over and over and over. And hey, Josh, not too much. Just get ready to open some packages. So I'll open this first one. This one I just got today, so I pretty much know what it is. And then we'll start getting into the other packages. So as you guys know, I was kind of messing with making some more Horde Troopers and opening the packages. But my one problem was the lack of the gun from Marlena. And I like to use Marlena's gun, the rifle, with every single Horde Trooper, because in the 1987 movie, they had that gun for those charcoal troopers that Skeletor had. And so this person on eBay, I saw their auction, and I contacted them and said, hey, will you just sell me just the gun for 15 bucks? And they didn't write back. They just declined my offer. So then as time went on, they lowered their price, and then pretty soon I actually got it for a pretty good price for the whole auction. And yes, there are parts here that I'll just throw in my female parts box, but at least this guy used a lot of tape. Open. Maybe I've doled my wife's scissors from need to get my own scissors. I got some really nice sharp ones somewhere. And it's just the space parts and all the parts to convert Marlena over into Captain Glenn. So let's take a look at the quality of these. Let's see what we got. All right, we have a helmet. And it looks in better shape than a lot of the helmets I have. that are left over. We have her cool little suit here she wears, her itty bitty gun that goes into the holster, which is a really cool gun. And then, of course, what I bought it for, the rifle. So there we go. There is the rifle, which is why I actually purchased it. And then I got another head, which is cool as I'm out of these heads from all the customs I've made. But it's funny, in the past one time, I actually took and painted her eyes with green. It was pretty cool. Let me take a look at that. One of my customs I have here. This is one of my Captain Glenn customs right here. And is she the one I put the green eyes in? No, she is not. Anyway, and it's kind of a fun custom that I just put together. I got the idea from somebody else, but I actually have quite a few. Well, now I think I only have two. This one and one other Captain Glenn custom. But this one I made to fit into a starship I'm working on that I never finished. That was actually supposed to be her ship that she flew from Earth to Eternia. But anyway, there we go. Now I have some extra parts. Basically, I was just after the rifle, so I will set that aside because that is the cool part. The rest I'll put into my bin over here. Bin o parts. Oop, I dropped her head. And I'll put my Captain Glenn. You know what? I should give her the belt at least, and the gun, because she's going to be Captain Glenn. She needs to have her sidearm. There we go. So let's give her sidearm. What the heck? We'll at least jazz her up a little bit since we got all the new parts. There we go. Fit. Hooray. Do-do-do-do-do. Captain Glenn. Now it's funny, I actually used one of these one time to make an Evil Lynn, and I changed this up here to Power instead of Glenn, because the original storyline was that Evil Lynn was also one of the astronauts, and she was Evelyn Powers, and so I put Powers up there in the corner instead of Glenn. I sold that custom many years ago. I think I made her face look more skin color too instead of grayish, and I used the extra head from the battle. Is that everything in this mailer? Yep, it's empty. On to the next mailer. Let's see. How's your wife doing, Todd? She's doing pretty good. She's doing all right. So this next mailer is from China, and I don't know how long I've had it for. I can't see any dates on the package. But let's go ahead and open this up. I'm guessing it's probably a He-Man knockoff figure, but I'm not positive. But let's find out what it is. I guess it's probably been sitting here for probably, I don't know. I know it's been a long time. I've stared at this package and thrown it around the room many times. So let's just get it open and see what it is. Oh, nope. This is a newer buy. Oh, no, it's not. This is a really, really old buy. I bought this one like forever ago. I forgot all about this. This is a bronze He-Man. A China knockoff that they painted bronze. Oh, that's so funny. I just totally forgot that I even got this one on order. Well, I can feel right now this paint is not going to stay on him. So I'm going to take and clear coat him first right off the bat. But you can tell it's a Chinese knockoff, so he has the high hair. So that's kind of funny. He's also got pretty loose joints. And, oh, that paint is just thick. But I love the way they painted him. It's really cool. They got a lot of dark colors, some bronze, some greens. Fun Chinese knockoff. And you can see he's the regular skin tone underneath there. That one spot where the paint is not there. So they were just trying to capitalize on the Bronze King Grayskull look. That hair is ridiculous when it's so high in the head like that. I'm going to have to try to peel it off without destroying the paint job or something. And then he comes with his sword, axe, and shield. You can just see there's chunks of paint in the baggie. I don't know if you can see that or not against the baggie. Or it's got like little... Yeah, these definitely have to be clear coated. You can feel the dryness of the paint on there. So, yes. That's so funny. I totally forgot that I bought this guy. I guess I should try to pose them in one pose, like a statuesque, and put them on my shelf or something. That's hilarious. What do you think of the new Faker Vintage Collection Masterverse? Well, I do have them on order, Josh, so we will see when he comes in, and we'll explore that. This paint's going to scrape off so easy. You can just feel the crustiness of it. They did not put any clear coat on it whatsoever. But still, it's just funny. They spent so long getting the colors just right, and then not clear coat it. All right. Again, they're probably just trying to get rid of their knockoffs because they had so many of them. Well, that was a fun one. I was not expecting that. I totally forgot I even bought that so long ago. It's before I got my bronze King Grayskull. And I was thinking, if I can't get a bronze King Grayskull, I can at least get this figure and maybe swap the head out or something, or the boots, and just paint the bronze parts I need. But that is hilarious. I must have been in that package for, I don't know, for a long time. All right, on to the next envelope. So this one right here, I can tell is another figure of some sort. I don't know what it is. And it's also from China. I'm guessing it's probably the same seller as the last one. I might have bought them at the same time. So let's go ahead and check this out and see what it is. Origins Cartoon Classic Collection Fang. Yes, he does look kind of cool. I don't think I have any really need for him. Okay, so yes, this was from the same seller. And it is a knockoff He-Man. Knockoff He-Man. Let's see if the date was on that one. Hold on. Nope, no date. I know it seems funny to keep buying these knockoff ones. Yeah, you can just see it just looks weird, his face. That face. It's just so weird looking. His joints are pretty loose too, just like the last one. But the boots on these are made better than the real He-Man figures. Now, his ankle's kind of been contorted a little bit. That's going to take some hot water to fix that. But the rubber material they use in these boots is actually better material than the, not better material, but it just stays tighter. But of course the leg is like flopsy mopsy. So is the knee there. But for customs, it all works well. It's funny, my hands are all kind of weird feeling from touching the bronze one. So I can't really tell what this figure feels like. All right, 2 knockoffs in one day. All right, let's see what's in the last box here. Now this one right here is kind of an interesting one. The date on this was June 20th, 2024. So this has been in the box for a year, waiting for me to open. And I feel kind of bad because I got it on eBay, which means I did not give the guy good feedback, because I don't give feedback until after I open the box. So I feel kind of bad about that. But that'd be funny is that She-Ra. One time I bought an 80 She-Ra. I don't think it'll fit in this little box though. And I did it for a video I was working on, and I couldn't find it. Somewhere in this room is in the package, eBay purchased 80 She-Ra that I cannot find for anything. Okay, we'll just rip the side of this box open. It's easier than trying to open the whole entire... Oh! Ah! That's funny. It's those cat heads. Cat heads. And I got these cat heads. I was planning on doing a little customization on them, but I didn't want to ruin the original heads, so I bought extra ones. And if you're wondering what this figure is, hold on, let me grab the figure it's from. There she is. It's from this figure right here, which you guys know I love, and I got a custom head on her now, and I just wanted to get secondary cat heads so I can alter them and add some filler in certain places and do some sanding and everything, and I didn't want to destroy the real heads, so I could put her back to original configuration. So there we go. Let's see. I got my Barbie in my P.O. box today. Nice. Yeah, that was crazy. I was planning on getting that Barbie, and I was going to get two, one for me, one for my youngest granddaughter. And then I decided, you know, I just have too much stuff. And I already have an ultimate She-Ra. Let me go and get her really quick. Oh. There she is. And it's this Mondo one, and she is just an amazing looking figure. And if I was gonna spend the money on a Barbie that looks like a She-Ra, I would have got the one that came out, I think in like, what was it, 2006, 2008? I don't remember the date. Maybe it was 16, I don't know. Where they had that Barbie and Adora, and they had another costume too. Or She-Ra, Adora, and the Bubble Power She-Ra, I think, all came in one package with one doll, and you switched them out. If you take a look at that one has much better bracers and much better garments than the one they just released. Now, granted, that one was $100 when it came out, and the Barbie we just saw recently was $55, so obviously the price is not as premium as the other one. But, 2016, thank you. Yes. So that's, if I was going to get one, that would be the one I'd want, because it had just so much more stuff. Anyway, so this is my 12-inch She-Ra, so I don't need any more 12-inch She-Ras. And it was really hard. I had to really talk myself out of it. I'm like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I felt like SpongeBob when he was in Sandy's, inside her underwater dwelling. And it's with the water. I don't need it. I don't need it. And he's trying to hold the water in or the air in. And he's sitting there crackling and drying up. All right. So again, what I got in the mail was a knockoff He-Man, a knockoff He-Man bronze color, and some extra cat heads for this figure. And that's what was in those packages. I know I got more packages laying around that I have not opened. I need to find and open, but. Todd, are you looking forward to the new Masters of the Universe movie? That is a really good question. And it has to do with, I hate to raise my expectations. So here's an example. The movie Shrek. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. You love it. It's a lot of fun. But everyone that saw Shrek told me how great it was, how funny it was, how amazing it was, and on and on and on and on. I heard Shrek this, Shrek that, Shrek. And so then I went and saw Shrek and was highly disappointed. I actually didn't like it at all. And I realized what it was my expectations were set so high that when I saw the movie, it did not meet the expectations. Now that I've removed the expectations and seen Shrek again, I actually do like Shrek a lot. I like the music. I like the storyline. I think it's fun the way they did it all. But the problem was I was expecting something different. So when it comes to this new He-Man movie, I am not going to get all excited about it and all right, you know, even with the new Superman movie, same way. I'm just going to go see it on its own merits and not raise my expectation level. Because once you do, you're just looking for disappointment. I know it sounds kind of bad, but it happened in the 1987 as well. When that movie came out, I was expecting so much and was so disappointed. But if you just took the movie for what it is and didn't think of it as a He-Man movie, it's kind of fun. In fact, my favorite He-Man movie ever was the first Thor movie. And I know it's not a He-Man movie. When he raises his hammer in the air and the lightning strikes him and he turns into Thor, it's like that was a He-Man moment if I've ever seen one. And it was funny too. I remember in the movie theater, I turned to the guy next to me and I said, dude, that was an awesome Masters of the Universe movie. And he kind of looks at me like I was crazy. But, you know, and it's funny. Another really good He-Man type movie, He-Man, was, of course, Beastmaster with Mark Singer. I mean, he had the bird. He had the cat. He had his, his two little rodents too, which really weren't part of the He-Man stuff. But He-Man has a cat. He has a bird. And that movie was more He-Man to me than the 1987 He-Man movie was. So it's just funny how you glom onto that. Another example is Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter 2. It's one of my favorite video games. And I used to love the movie Bloodsport with Van Damme. And Bloodsport to me was the Street Fighter movie. When the Street Fighter movie really came out, which also had Van Damme in it, it stunk. It was not as cool as Bloodsport was when it came to a Street Fighter movie. So I know. So my thought, and I know this is kind of a pessimistic idea, is I'm going to keep my expectations low and go see it on its merit and not get excited about a He-Man movie coming out, because I've had my excitement dropped way too many times when it comes to movies that I think are going to rock. Movies, video games, you name it. I mean, look at the E.T. video game. I mean, that was like horrible for the Atari. But so anytime they take a franchise and make a movie out of it, generally, or a video game, generally they are so focused on licensing that they mess up the whole entire movie or the whole entire video game. So yes and no. There you go. Hopefully that explanation makes sense to you guys. And so I'm also avoiding watching any of the previews of either Superman or He-Man, and I'm trying to stay out of the news part of it. And after I watch it, I will make a whole entire review video about it. Looks like the statue in Jason and the Argonauts. It does. Man, this figure is so cool looking. I tell you, getting that custom head was the best thing I did for this figure. It just makes this figure just look so cool. And it looked cool before, but that head just sets it off. Anyway, I think that is all that I have. And final questions. Yes, you can't get any better than Mondo. Mondo has amazing stuff. And the crazy part is she is now the price of what Barbie's going for on eBay almost. It's just so crazy, because I think we spent like, what was it, $250 on her? I think that's what it was. And now the Barbie is getting up to that price. The one that cost $55 last week is now getting up to $200 and $300. It's crazy. The comb axe. Yes, the comb axe is hilarious. I thought that was funny when they first introduced it with Classics. The Four Horsemen did an awesome job on creating the comb axe. The He-Man actor is too skinny. Yeah. Yep. That's as far as I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, it's crazy with that She-Ra Barbie prices skyrocketing. You're right, Waldo. All right. How long ago did you order that bronze He-Man? I think I ordered him a couple years ago. I don't remember. It's been a long time, maybe longer than that. I don't recall. I was even surprised I even had him when I opened the package. That was shocking. And look, the paint's already coming off just from me turning his waist that one time. I mean, he is not going to last at all. Any kind of movement whatsoever is just going to destroy that paint. Is that Mondo Shira? Yes. Mondo. Yes, she is amazing. Now they did send out a secondary face for her, and you could actually have different tiaras too, and the bangs come off. But I like the bangs on her, and she does have multiple swords, but I have both swords on her, so I know it's a little bit weird, but she is pretty cool. Yep, look at the shield too. Amazing figure. I don't have a lot of Mondo. I still have a Skeletor Mondo to open up and show you guys. He's still in the package, waiting for me to open. Yeah, that is truly hard to get an actor big enough to play He-Man. but they could pull it off. They could do things where they actually use one person for the physical stuff in the body and somebody else for the voice inflections. There's so many things they can do now. It's just crazy. I look at the old Flash Gordon movie, and one of my movies that I love. I love the Flash Gordon movie with Queen playing the music. It was so ahead of its time when it came out, and that's not his voice. The actor who played the part ended up leaving before they did the final audio, and so they had to hire somebody else to dub over all of his audio. And it's so crazy to think that that's not his voice at all in the whole entire movie. And I had no idea that his voice was much deeper and different than the voice they used, and it came out just fine. And it's crazy that I didn't even notice. Didn't even notice. And as a kid, I would have noticed stuff like that. Yes, the power tool commercial is hilarious. I love that one. I have the power. He's got the drill holding up, whatever it is, and his hair turns blonde. It's hilarious. All right. Anyway, I need to get going, and thank you for joining me. And did you read my last comment? Let's see. I finally found Origin Snake Mountain Playset. Nice, Charles. Excellent. Yep. That is so cool. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find that now. It's getting more expensive too. All right. Yes, Flash Gordon is awesome. Dun 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 dun. Flash. Yep. All right, you guys. I think I got. I don't know where he is. I made a custom Flash Gordon figure, but. I don't know where he went. He was on my shelf at one time. I made him out of the. It was somebody else's idea, and I made him out of the 4-pack He-Man New Adventures and King Randor. Mixed them together to make a really cool looking Flash Gordon. Anyway, that is it. And wait, before we fight, I want to make sure I look good. Oh, yeah. Flash Gordon. Nice. All right. Until next time, good journey, you guys. Good journey. I did the rock one. Good journey. That sounds bad. All right. Good journey, you guys. Bye now.